Too many home service businesses are running ads on Google Ads, and they are sending them to either the worst landing page I have ever seen or a homepage that is not going to convert anybody into anything. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to click through 10 different businesses locally to me. I'm going to maybe do some garage doors, maybe some HVAC. We'll see exactly. I'm going to click on some Google Ads that are real, raw, authentic. I'm going to be my own worst nightmare because if I was on the other end of that, I'm going to be very upset that I just spent X amount of dollars on a click that wasn't a real customer. But we are going to go ahead and test this out because I'm so genuinely curious to see what people around me and just people in general are doing for these ads. So let's just jump into the computer, search some things on Google, click a few and see what comes up. And I will tell you what I would improve and why and how you can avoid all of these different mistakes that these people are having. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to start with garage door repair, right? This is a really beneficial one. We've got two different people that we're going to click on here, and we're going to see what we've got in this area. So we've got this one, which, wow, this is not a good landing page. Okay, so there's like a billion different issues wrong with this one, and this one is the same exact landing page. So I don't know what's going on here. They're two weird names that I've never seen around here locally, which is a little bit interesting. So I'm wondering if this is like a, I don't know, like a nationwide company or a lead gen company. I'm not even sure, but this is an awful landing page. These landing pages are not good. Now they're going call immediately. You know, they're trying to talk available 24/7, that kind of stuff. But there's just so much thrown at you right away. So there should be a simple thing with a landing page. You should not have massive logo, line, then a little block serving the area, and then line, big line, big call button, two big things, and like it all just blends together. Like your mind doesn't know what to focus on, and it's just, this is not how you want to build a landing page. You want to build a landing page very, very focused on, hey, this is what we do, this is where we do it, we can help you with your specific problem, right? So if we're doing garage door repair, we want the headline to say, we do garage door repair in your city, like whatever the city is, right? Like boom, and then put some trust underneath it, and then a form or whatever our main call to action is should be very, very clear and stand out. And then you have those bullet points of like 24 hours emergency available 24/7, right? Like those are additional things that you put on top of it that help build the trust and help give that extra information. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for, you know, all this information to be thrown out there. You're not trying to do something for SEO. Like this is just a mess. Like there's no clear direction of the funnel, right? Think about this. Every single landing page and every single website and every page on your website should be built in a way that funnels the person into what we want them to do. So if we want them to reach out or call us, we need to build it in a way that helps them easily get to that point, to find the information they're looking for and help them easily go to whatever the call thing is. So call now with the phone number. This actually, like the button itself, like the actual call to action button, like text itself is good. And there's like this button at the bottom, but it's built 100% only for mobile, which you can see I'm on a desktop here and it's showing like this. Maybe just turn off desktop bids because you're basically wasting money on this design. Overall, like you've got reviews that look kind of fake. Not really trusting any of these reviews at all. They're not coming from Google. Can't click on these, so you know they're definitely not like real. Like this, like what are these stats? 100% staff competency, 100% competitive price, 100% state-of-art equipment. Like this is all like you're just throwing things out there. This is like no one's gonna believe this. You got fake stock photos over here that are like cropped weird. Like this isn't all this. You are wasting money. This is the type of thing that frustrates me because if this is like, if there's a company that is running ads for a local company and they're paying, and this is the kind of stuff that the marketing agency is putting out for them, like they are literally just wasting those people's money, and it upsets me. So I'm glad that I wasted hopefully a lead gen company's thing here. So yeah, don't do this. Do not do this. This is not good at all. Okay, let's go with HVAC near me. So I'm going HVAC company near me, and we've got two different ones here on the actual ads. So let's open up these two ads and see what we've got. We can close out the garage doors. This again, what are we doing here? Like this is the type of stuff like you need help. You need help with your landing pages. Like there should be a course out there, something like that. There needs to be something like we've got I'm assuming this is going right to a specific page. So when I'm looking up in here in the link, I'm just like, this is all the nerdy stuff. You guys are home service guys. You probably don't need to know all this, but I'm looking up here. They're using UTMs to track it. They're tracking G search, which is kind of a weird way to put it. Must be just put Google. CPC, so they're doing, their pay-per-click. Fall winter furnace, so that's a little bit weird that your campaign is for fall winter furnaces. So now let's go and head back here for a second. So we've got comfort that thinks ahead, 24/7 furnace monitoring, right? And then we're talking about furnace installation and replacement in Massachusetts. I'm gonna not lie to you here. I am not in Massachusetts, so I'm a Rhode Island based person, right? So I'm seeing this ad in very centrally located, pretty much, Rhode Island. So I'm not in Massachusetts. So you are instantly getting a disconnect between the user and, what you're putting on the website. So 2 things here. Call to action is super tiny. You've got this, which is just instantly, I would have clicked off of there because I would have saw, oh, it's in Massachusetts. I'm not in Massachusetts. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I'm going to go find someone that is, specifically speaking to me as the potential customer saying, hey, we do this in the area that you're trying to do this, right? So I'm going to get off of that one. But you'd have your phone there. Like, you got all this stuff up in the header. I'm assuming this is just what your main header of your website looks like, which again is so busy. It's a mess. Like, it really doesn't, it's like nobody can focus on one thing and, funnel into where they need to be. Some of these blocks aren't bad. I mean, there's a little bit too much going on. It's just kind of all over the place. There's no like consistency. Like, a lot of stuff's just like floating, like stuff like this, right? To me, look, obviously I am so deep and heavily invested and passionate about this stuff and what I do here with this stuff. But like, this to me is just like, it just looks sloppy and unprofessional for someone, where you can see that there's like too much what we'd call padding here, but there's like too much of a space here where it doesn't line up with this text. So it's like, it just throws it off visually. Like, this is the type of stuff, like, I get so deep into like the psychology of the little things that really make a difference. And things like that are huge, right? So you got your request a quote all the way down here, which for me is just not hitting it, because you should have it up here at the first fold, because when someone lands on it, boom, this is your problem. Here's how we solve it. And this is what you should be doing to reach out. And we do it in the area that you actually are in. So let's see if the next one's a little bit better. So this one is slightly better. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now this one is interesting to me because there's a lot of stuff wrong with it, but there's also some stuff that's decent. Okay, so it says, when your HVAC system goes down, your business can't wait, right? Cool, that sounds awesome. I'm a residential homeowner. I am not a commercial HVAC person. So why in the world, if I'm searching HVAC company near me, am I getting that? Okay, I will say I searched HVAC company near me, so maybe they're pulling off the phrase match or something and saying like HVAC for companies or something like that. But again, these are the things you should be seeing, those search terms, and going, hey, I'm getting a bunch of clicks that are just not what I'm looking for. I'm spending a bunch of money. We need to, get these out of here. But that's a prime example, right? We've got 2 now, where this one is 24/7 refrigeration service, reliable, blah, 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 for commercial, whatever. Like, most people aren't reading that. They're just clicking. So now we've got a commercial one that's not going to help us. So my next issue, we have the logo here, right? Can't click it, can't go back to the website. It's a landing page. That's what we want, right? We want to contain them and then funnel them. That's the point. You're spending a lot of money on this click. So we want them to do what we want them to do. The call now button, pretty much useless in this situation, because if I'm here, I'm not going to click this button. Okay. Cause if you're going 100% on mobile, cool, you can just have a call now button. But even still, if it's, a desktop, if you're showing on desktop, I'm going to pick up my phone just like this, and I'm going to type in the number. So you have it here, call now with the phone number. That's good, because you can type in the number. Up here, you don't. So, I'm not going to ever click that, because I'm not going to call through my computer. Now, down here, you got the different locations that you service. I would structure those to look a little bit nicer. But there is you have a form, you have call, like the funnel of it is good, right? You've got your Z that I always talk about, where you've got your, how people are going to scan the website. So that's not bad. I mean, you don't really need this call button because you have it up here. It's all going to be in the same fold. So just little critiques. Form sucks. It just looks unappealing. You got a nice big request a quote button. This conflicts with that. So I would, again, get rid of that call button and just keep the one, make it call now. Good to go. You got some little trust bullet points. It's like, you can see it's basically 100% built for mobile, but you're not really only targeting mobile. This might be a website that is built in a platform called Go High Level. I'm not sure. This looks like a Go High Level chatbot. Yes, it is. So again, chatbots, I don't usually put those on landing pages. I keep it straight. Hey, I want either a phone call or I want a form fill. These are my two specific high quality, high intent kind of actions that I want. Chatbots, you tend to get a little bit lower quality, and it's just not ideal for when you're spending a bunch of money on the click. So that's what I always focus on, and in these kind of pages. But yeah, at least we got one that actually had somewhat of a landing page layout, because a lot of these are just off. And yeah, both of these ones interesting because they're not things that really pertain to me, and I'm seeing the ad, clicking on it, you're getting smoked because we know HVAC is going to be 20-30 bucks a click maybe. Not really ideal for them. Now I want to do one more industry just because these ones have been very, very interesting. I'm going to go with something like pest control. Okay, so I told you I'm in Rhode Island, so I'm going to search pest control Rhode Island and see what comes up. We've got two different companies here that we've got here at the top. We got Pest RI and Mission Green Services. So this one says mosquito and tick spraying, Rhode Island mosquito and tick. So hopefully they don't only do those, because I'm searching pest control. It could be a million different things. This is a great example. This has got to be a larger company, I would assume. So they've got the cookie notice at the bottom, so that's good. They're compliant in that way. But this is a pretty good landing page. There's some stuff for me that, like, my style, I wouldn't specifically lay it out this way. But overall, this one is pretty good at showing you like the basics. I wouldn't probably say this. I wouldn't say like from the brand, because you see the logo. I would say like in the area, in your area, you know, to like really personalize it, where it would say like in Rhode Island or whatever. But it has a nice form, and there's a lot of things that look good about this page. You got the happy family, so you're really showing like the, oh wow, we can relax, play in the grass, hang out with the kids. It's not, you know, sometimes you get like the things where they show the pests and stuff on there. Some people are grossed out by that. They want to see what is the outcome, not what is the, you know, what is the direct thing that I'm going to be looking at right now. So, you know, not bad. They got some trust on there, 28,000 reviews. Like I said, this is a massive company. They get it a lot more than most people do. Again, branded pictures, all the things. So, you know, huge company. Now we're going to be looking at this one. So this one's Mission Green Services. This house in the background looks like a local New England house. If you are anywhere in New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, you know that this is kind of a style or a structure of what a house looks like here. It's not like I'm landing on this page and I'm seeing a stock photo of a house that could be in, you know, Florida or somewhere that I've, you know, never been. Now this landing page not only looks really good, it loaded pretty quick, and it does all the right kind of things, right? So your law and our mission, it's got their kind of little tagline, all natural mosquito and tick control, and then they have an offer here, sign up for a free quote or call, and they have a little phone number there that kind of looks nice. And then as you go down, they have a little bit too much information. Probably not that bad if they're running Google ads, obviously, because you can, you know, have the keywords go through, and it helps with the ad rank. So it's not the worst. Simple little form here, you know, a little bit too much information again for me, but you know, overall, I bet this landing page probably does pretty well for them. They've got 3 different phone numbers. I'm assuming they're doing call tracking on that. I'm not a huge fan of putting the email on there. That's just me. But there are some things, like you can see here, that it is a local company here in Rhode Island, which is good. Overall, this is probably one of the better landing pages. I would assume that if you look at this on mobile, a lot of these are going to look a lot better on mobile. Yeah, so you can see here, it looks great on mobile. This first fold almost looks like a brochure that I would get in the mail. So it looks very ad-like, but again, it has one job. It's meant to funnel them towards reaching out to you. That is the whole point. So yeah, that was like 6 or so different landing pages that were not the best. You know, some of them were okay and probably converting decently, but for the most part, a lot of those had really big issues that were just lighting their money on fire. So what can you do, I guess, other than, you know, hopefully provide a little bit of information so you don't make the same mistakes. But I'll catch you guys in the next video.